Whenever you go down a fancy street that's full of luxurious shops, each one more stylish than the last, there are lots of items in the windows that look like they promise to be exclusive and classy. While looking at all these shops gets you drawn to a handbag, a watch, and a pair of shoes that almost scream class. You run in their direction and make up your mind to buy them. Because, come on, we should spend on oneself too, right? But when you see the price tag, you almost lose your breath because this price is not for the weak to handle. Do you know these products are not worth the price people are paying? Yep, you heard right. Luxurious brands know some deceptive marketing tactics to trick you, and we usually do fall into this trap. But what are these marketing tactics? Well, this is what we're going to talk about with you today in our video. So stay with us till the end of the video to find out, and let's get started. The illusion of scarcity is one of the most common tricks used by people who sell expensive goods. When luxury brands say that their goods are limited editions, they like to make you feel like you need to act quickly. When you see words like only 50 pieces worldwide or limited to 100 units, your heart starts beating faster. You do not want to miss a chance to own something so unique that very few people will ever have it. It makes you feel like you're getting a collectible piece of history that will only get more valuable over time. However, the appealing limited edition might not be that limited in reality. There are chances that the brand only makes a few things sometimes, but most of the time, it's just part of a smart marketing plan. Companies that sell high-end goods know that people naturally want things that are hard to get. It's like playing with our psychology. We automatically think something's more important if it's rare, and we're willing to pay more for it. A high-end watch brand might, for instance, come out with a limited edition model and say that only 100 will ever be made. Fans and collectors rush to get one because they think they'll be getting something truly special. But the brand doesn't tell you that they're planning to release slightly different versions of the same watch later on, or that they're holding back more units to release later due to popular demand. You thought you had found something very rare, but it's not so rare anymore. And by the time you understand this, the brand's already made a lot of money. This method uses the strong emotion of FOMO, or fear of missing out. People tend to act hastily when they think they might miss out on something different, which is honestly not that different. The shortage trick's only the beginning of this psychological marketing tactic. When luxury brands try to sell us something, they often say that the work is top-notch and that the materials are their best. Some phrases you may have heard are handcrafted by master artisans, using only the finest materials, and a legacy of excellence. They often use these words so smartly to make you feel like you're not just getting something, but a work of art, something with history and tradition, something that'll last a lifetime. And guess what? Most of us believe them and fall for the trap. However, some high-end items are made with the utmost skill and care, using only the best materials. But most of the time, these claims are not true. Take high-end watches as an example. A lot of people think of Swiss watches as the best clocks ever because they are so accurate and well made. Some Swiss watches are amazing pieces of engineering, but not every watch with a Swiss name is as good as people say it is. There are a lot of so-called Swiss-made watches that are made in workshops with parts from all over the world, not just Switzerland. Swiss made doesn't always mean that the whole watch was made in Switzerland. It could just mean that a certain number of its parts were put together there. But because the brand is known for making high-quality Swiss goods, they can charge a lot of money for these watches even though they don't cost much to make. And it's not just watches either. Think about wallets. The price of that expensive leather bag you have been eyeing might be the same as the leather used in much cheaper bags, but it has a well-known brand on it and comes in fancy packaging, so it costs a lot more. The price difference might not be due to the materials or work being better, it's because the brand has successfully persuaded you that their product is worth more. And let's not forget how powerful brand names and support from famous people can be. Luxury brands spend millions and sometimes even billions on ads with the most famous people in the world. When a celebrity promotes products, it makes you feel as if this thing is good for them. It'll be good for us too, right? But the truth is, these famous people are often paid a lot of money to promote these goods. People don't always do this because they love the things or even use them in their daily lives. Yes, the shampoo you are using, no celebrity might even look at it. Sad, but this is the truth. Moreover, the brands don't just sell goods. They sell ideas, emotions, and ways of living. They want you to think that when you buy their product, you're not just getting a watch or a handbag, but a piece of the glamorous life that these people live. People today are becoming more and more concerned about the environment, so it's not a surprise that high-end companies are joining the green movement. There are stickers on their products that say things like eco-friendly, sustainably sourced, and ethically made. It's easy to feel good about spending a little more on something better for the environment. All of of this is good, but the thing is, not all these things are as true as they seem. Yeah, you heard that. This practice, called greenwashing, happens when businesses lie or exaggerate their environmental and moral credentials to attract customers who care about the environment. A high-end clothing brand might say that their clothes are made from 100% organic cotton, but they don't say how much water and energy it takes to grow that cotton or how much carbon dioxide is released when the raw materials are shipped around the world. They might say that they use sustainable practices, but when you look more closely, you see that only a small part of their production process is sustainable. The rest of it uses the same old methods that are bad for the earth. Or think about the claim that a product was made in an ethical way. This often makes people think of skilled workers who are treated fairly and paid well for their work. The truth is, often much more complicated though. Some high-end brands do work with small, honest suppliers, but others just send their work to plants and places where labor is cheap and rules aren't enforced very strictly. The safety and wage requirements for these factories may be met, but the factories are often not at all what the brands would have you think. You would have heard a luxurious handbag company claiming its bags are made by skilled artists in Italy. Even though the final assembly might happen in Italy, a lot of the parts, like the leather and tools, could come from places where labor costs are much lower. The first output might even take place in a developing country where workers are paid much less than they would be in Europe. After that, the product is sent to Italy to be finished, which lets the brand officially say that it was made in Italy. It's a smart way to take advantage of the high status of Italian expertise without having to pay the full price. The same goes for the expensive perfumes. These often come in fancy bottles with names that make you think of faraway places and rare products. There's a lot of marketing for these perfumes that makes you think you're getting some out-of-this-world experience with it. The bad news is that a lot of these perfumes are made with the same man-made materials and much less expensive names. It hurts, right? The price difference is usually because the brand has built an aura around the product that makes it seem more valuable. Moreover, as soon as you walk into a luxury store, you feel a sense of classiness wash over you. The lighting is soft, the floors are carpeted, and the salespeople are so nice that it almost feels like they're honoring you. Because of this, a lot of people are willing to pay a lot of money for expensive goods, and that's where you let your feelings win. And once that feeling goes away, you start doubting your decision to buy this thing. Happens with you all the time, right? We are the same, bro. Luxury brands are very good at making and keeping up this fantasy. They know how to play on our deepest wants, like our need for fame, for being left out, or for something that makes us stand out from the crowd. And they're very good at making us think that their things can give us all that we want. After all is said and done, we should keep in mind that a lot of what we believe is just a dream. A product's real worth is not always shown by how much it costs, but by how it makes you feel and whether it meets your wants. If you want to buy something fancy, think about what you're getting for your money before you buy it. Is it the item itself, or is it the story, the name, or the well-thought-out image that goes with it? If the second one is true, think about whether that story is worth the price you're being asked to pay.